Okay, welcome back, and now I'm going to do another example, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the definition of a derivative, and we're going to find the derivative f prime of 3. So here's the function. We want to find the derivative of this function at x equals 3. That's what f prime of 3 is telling us, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the limit, but we're calling it a derivative. So now f prime of 3 is equal to the limit as, now I'm going to do it both ways. So I'm going to say as x approaches what? A, which is 3, of what? F of what? F of x plus 3, right? Or no, hold on. No. F of x minus f of a, which is 3, divided by x minus 3. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is plug and simplify, right? So now, again, this is going to equal the limit as x approaches 3. F of x is this, so I'm just going to write in 3x squared minus 4x plus 1 minus f of 3. So that's going to be what? That's going to be minus 3 times 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 1 and over x minus 3. So now I'm just going to simplify this. So the limit as x approaches 3 of what? What happens in the top? So this is going to become 3x squared minus 4x plus 1. This is going to be minus 27 plus 12 minus 1, right? So this is going to be 27 minus 12 plus 1, and then I'm going to distribute the negative sign, which changes all of the signs. And then, of course, I get x minus 3 here. And now I'm going to rewrite it and simplify more. And again, the limit as x approaches 3. Okay, so now what happens here? 1 cancels with 1. Boom, boom. And then minus 27 plus 12 is going to give me a minus 15. So this is going to be 3x squared minus 4x minus 15 over x minus 3. Now, what am I looking for? I'm looking that x minus 3 has to be canceled out. So this should factor and give me an x minus 3 to cancel. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay, so I get negative 40. So if I use the method of decomposition or the AC method, I get negative 45. So 2 factors of negative 45, that gives me a negative 4, is going to be what? Okay, it's going to be 9 times 5 is 45, so it's going to be 9. It's going to be negative 9 times 5. So negative 9 times 5 will work. So that means I'm going to decompose this by saying 3x squared minus 9x plus 5x minus 15. And so that's going to be that. So now the limit as x approaches 3 now becomes, now I'm going to factor by grouping. So this is going to give me 3x. So I'm going to get 3x I'm going to get 3x, which is going to leave me an x minus 3. And then I'm going to factor out a 5, which is also going to give me an x minus 3. So that's going to give me plus 5 times x minus 3 over x minus 3. Okay? And now I'm going to cancel the x minus 3's, and lo and behold, I get the limit as x approaches 3 of 3x plus 5. And of course, as x approaches 3, this is continuous, right, everywhere. So that means I can just plug in 3 and get my limit. So that means I'm going to get, oh, hold on a second. Did I make a mistake somewhere? No, that's right. Okay. Now, let's do the same thing, but use the other formula. And show that we'll get the same derivative. So now we're going to do the limit as h approaches 0, and this is going to be of the difference quotient f of a plus h minus f of a over h. Okay, now, again, I'm going to plug in 3, so a is 3, 3. So now I'm going to plug in, so limit as h approaches 0. Now, h plus 3, this is going to be 3 times 3 plus h quantities squared minus 4 times 3 plus h plus 1. Okay? And then f of 3, again, f of 3, I'm just going to plug it in, minus f of 3. What is f of 3? Well, this is going to be 27 minus 12, which gives me 27 minus 12 is going to give me 15 plus 1 is 16. Right? So 27 minus 12 plus 1. So 27 minus 12 is 15 plus 1 is 16. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract 16. So that's my f of 3. And so, of course, I have h. Okay, now what I'm going to do is simplify again. So this is going to be the limit as h approaches 0. Now I'm going to get, on the top, I'm going to get what? I get 3 times 9 plus 6h plus h squared minus 12 minus 4h minus 15 over h. And then again, I'm going to write the limit as h approaches 0. Now, what happens here? Well, I'm going to expand this out and simplify it. So what do I get? I get 27 plus 18h plus 3h squared. And here I get a minus 12 and a minus 15, which gives me minus 27. So I get a minus 27 minus 4h. Now, notice what happens in the top here. I get 27 minus 27, which cancels each other out. And then I get an 18h minus 4h, which gives me a 14h. So now what do I get? I get the limit as h approaches 0 of what? I get 14h plus 3h squared over h, which then I can factor out an h from the numerator. So that gives me a limit as h approaches 0 of h times 14 plus 3h over h. The h's cancel, and now I get the limit as h approaches 0 of 14 plus 3h, which gives me 14 again. So voila, I get the same answer. Have a great day.